Welcome to Famology. We are Johnny and Amy Clausen, and we are co-founders of GoFam Ministries. So it's super fun that spring is finally, I think, here in Minnesota. It has been, I kind of feel like an early spring and then a super slow spring. Like in the second week of March, I was like, oh, it's going to be spring. And then it gets warm and then it cools off and then it snows. I should be used to this. I've lived in Minnesota my whole life, but
I'm emphasizing super slow. It's been super slow. It's still been very cold.
Except for yesterday and today.
I've been a little whiny.
Yeah, he's been a little whiny.
I'm kind of ready for spring. I feel like I don't mind the winter. I actually don't. You know that.
You're right.
But I'm ready for spring, and it feels like it's not really kicking in.
It kind of teased us this year.
It did.
Spring, not spring, spring, not spring, spring, not spring.
That's the way it's kind of been.
We feel a little yanked around, and yet I look at the forecast and I have hope. Except for my birthday's this Saturday, and it's like 38 degrees or something.
It's true.
Yet again.
I know.
So
we'll get there.
I know. Well, today's question I think is kind of a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, I'll be interested to see. I kind of feel like since we've only done this with each other, that our answers are going to match.
Well, I hope you've only done it with each other. Yeah.
It's okay. I should read the question or else this is awkward. Okay. What are some fun ways to incorporate date nights when you are strapped financially and have a busy schedule plus 5 kids? And boy, can we can resonate with this because we spent the first, I don't know, 9 years of our life in medical school and residency. And strapped financially was
check all those boxes.
Yeah. Yes. And time, strapped for time, like it was non-existent. So I am going to let you start with this one and we'll see how our answers match.
Well, I think obviously the 5 kids is irrelevant because whether you have 1 kid or 20 kids, you still need time for date night, no matter how. So it's, but I get it, and there's so many things that just happen with life, and so I think the first part of the question is that we do believe that date nights are important.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's the end all and be all, but I think we have to carve out time for each other, and I think just the way life is, we have to be more purposeful than we've ever been. Just because it just fills up fast, and there's just things, and if we're not careful, you realize that you just gone a month or 2 and really haven't had time with each other.
Yeah.
And we, we teach this, we talk about this, that it's the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's more important than your schedule. It's more important. It's the most important human relationship that there is. And so it has to be fostered, and there has to be some kind of downtime, right? I mean, where it's just you and I, and so Amy and I try to, we're not great at this, but we try to like have some boundaries around date night, meaning like it's not time to talk about our calendar.
Yeah.
It's not time to go shopping.
Yeah.
Although we do go shopping sometimes.
I mean, you live 45 minutes from Costco.
Yeah.
Costco kind of happens on date night.
We just live in a rural area. And so when we're in Brainerd, we got to get
to the big city.
We got to get some things at Brainerd while we're there. And so that does happen, but we don't like it.
No.
And we do say it out loud.
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't really be shopping right now.
And then if you protest, does that make it like it hasn't happened?
Yes.
Okay,
as long as you acknowledge it.
As long as you acknowledge you should not be at Costco on date night.
Right. So, and it's definitely not a time unless, it's absolutely necessary to talk about finances.
Yeah.
Finances are hard on marriages.
Unless
sometimes.
it's a finance date. You can call a finance date where
that's the purpose of it, is to kind of, but if you're going through the budget, it's not terribly romantic. But not all date nights have to be terribly romantic, because sometimes you just need time. But what happens is, if we're not careful, is that you feel like it's the only chance you have. This is my one chance in the last 2 months to sit down and talk to you about finances.
Yeah.
So this is what we do. Or we have to figure out the calendar. We have to figure out next month. And all of a sudden it becomes a business meeting.
Yeah.
And so we have to just try to not do that.
Right.
That's our advice to you is try to get that done beforehand even.
Yeah.
Take an hour before you leave on your date to get that done. And then go on your date and actually have a date.
Yeah.
If possible.
Right.
It's not rigid, but it's, you know what I mean? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So, just try to get some of the business stuff done so that we can just kind of talk about us or talk about our lives or things that motivate us. And so anyway, that's not really what the question is about. Okay. So I have written down, I can't read my own writing. Oh,
he's a doctor.
Yes.
And nobody else can read it either.
We work very hard on that. So some do you have like practical
I
ideas?
totally do.
Yeah, I do too.
I went all
Okay.
practical.
So I'm thinking that going for a walk
Yeah.
is a real practical, low budget
Yeah.
way of talking to each other. Amy and I like to walk. It's exercise. It's alone. Don't bring your phone. You're disconnected. And so we like to even like find places to walk, like parks or
Yeah.
along a river or something like that, because it's just prettier.
Yeah.
That's all. It's
Yeah.
a little more isolated and
Yeah.
secluded. Just make sure you walk where nobody can find you.
And nobody meaning your children.
Because we used to go. I mean, I'll just be honest, and I'm sorry to any former neighbors who might be listening to this podcast, but we used to live in town,
Yeah.
and I was a doctor in town, and so I spent all my day talking to people.
Yeah.
And I'd come home, and Amy and I would go for a walk. Well, then we'd walk through the neighborhood and talk to all of the neighbors and all
Which
the
we
people,
love,
which
but
was fine.
yeah.
It's just that's not what we needed. It's not what I
Yeah.
needed. And so if you're gonna go for a walk, find a secluded place.
Yeah. To walk. Okay. So,
Yes, I'll pass it back to you.
okay.
We'll
So
we'll
I
go
just
back and
went
forth.
old school. Like this
Mm,
was our world for like 20 years. And it might still be my one of my favorite ways to date you.
yeah.
So we always, pro tip, early bedtimes for children
Oh
are
yeah.
great for them, but they're really good for you. And any of my adult children who are listening to this know that they had an 8 o'clock bedtime way past when other kids would have, and they still
Mm-hmm.
grumble about it. I would let them read a book,
This is gonna
but
be about Jennifer Gardner, isn't it?
well, we would,
Is
I
it?
mean, it could be, I mean, because that would be one. But we used to, we would go to the little grocery store in town
Yep.
or a little Don and Dave store that's just right down the, a little country store.
Yes.
And we would buy like pizza rolls and
Yep.
catawba juice. And we'd put all the kids to bed.
Check the expiration dates.
Yeah, and then you would get we'd get our wine glasses, which we just aren't wine drinkers, just not our thing, but we'd
No.
get our catawba juice because it's sweet and yummy and has bubbles.
Made us look sophisticated.
It did. We felt sophisticated.
Uh-huh.
And we would have our catawba juice and our pizza rolls, and we'd have movie night. And we would just snuggle on the couch and have our snack and maybe,
Pray the kids
and then
stayed
that
asleep.
everybody just stayed in bed. And I
Mm.
remember one time we were having date night,
Oh,
and
so fun.
Lydia, who was probably 3 or 4 at the time, she leaned her head down the stairs and she's like, "What's that smell I'm smelling?" Because she smelled our popcorn.
She figured there was a party. There was a party had started after she had
Yeah,
went to bed.
what's that smell I'm smelling? And
Yeah.
it's like, nope, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. Shoot, this is our time. But we would have date nights very frequently,
Yeah.
just in our own home, and we would pre-plan it so that we had something special to
Yeah.
eat together. The whole thing would cost us $10.
Yeah.
So it fit the inexpensive. We don't have a lot of money, and it
No.
also fit that we have a lot of small children at home, and you
Yes.
can't always afford to get a babysitter.
Yeah.
But it also gave us intentional one-on-one time together, and I still love. I mean, we
Yeah.
still do that every now and again, but now we have to wait till our children are gone. Older kids, teens, they go to bed after you, and so this kind of date just no longer works easily in our life. It will again when we are empty nesters.
That's
But we're
true.
just not there yet. But
That's true.
I game on. We will be doing that.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
So that's one of my favorite ways to date.
Famology feels a little bit like a game show because we see if our answers match.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do have appetizers. See, appetizer
Yeah,
meals and movies.
Yes.
So that was one of the things.
Yeah.
Okay, so my turn.
Yep.
So these probably go together a little bit. But we, and not everybody can do this maybe, but the old picnic camping thing.
Yeah.
Like we've really enjoyed that.
Yes.
And honestly, you can score a lot of points
Mhm.
if you just organize it all and
He
just
did score a lot of points.
pack the
when he
food,
does
and it doesn't have to be
this.
fancy. In
Yeah.
fact, that's kind of the whole point. It's camping.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be fancy, but just go grocery shopping, get some stuff,
Yeah.
get the tent set up, and just make an overnight of it, or a couple days, or a
Yeah.
weekend, or something like that. Super
It's
inexpensive.
very romance, as Bluey would say.
We're grandparents now. So it's a simple way of doing it. We really enjoy just being outdoors and
Yeah.
and doing those kind of things, but it's very, very, very inexpensive. It
I
doesn't cost any more food than you would spend at home.
no.
It's just it's more of an organizational thing.
Yeah.
And so if you can just spend a little bit of time putting that together and putting stuff in the trunk, you're ready to go.
Yeah. And we haven't done this. a ton of times yet, but maybe 3 or 4.
Hmm.
But our first time was our 25th anniversary, and we were supposed to be on a Mediterranean cruise, and it was COVID year, and
Yep.
so everything shut down, and
Mm.
Johnny took me camping, and
This is the only thing that was
yeah, it
available.
was the only thing we could do is we went to Alexandria, Minnesota, woo, 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 and went to a little, I don't even know, was it a state
State
park?
park,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little state park down there. And Johnny planned all the meals, and all he told me to do was pack my one bag,
Hmm.
what I needed for in the tent. And
Everything was in tinfoil
yeah, and he did all the
over the
food over
fire.
the fire. And it's kind of become a new tradition when we go camping, even with the kids, that we just do.
See, I scored some
He
points. You
scored
can
big
hear it
points.
in
It
her
was like
voice. Yeah.
very romantic,
It wasn't
very
that hard to
romantic.
do, and so
Yeah, it was very fun.
simple thing to do. Um, is it my turn now?
No, that was your turn. You
That
want
was
to?
mine. Yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep, you're up.
Okay. Mine. This next one is also extremely easy to do, and I put easy in quotes because it's an easy to say it and not as easy to execute until your kids have become accustomed to this. But one of the things when all of our kids were at home, we would finish dinner and we would go sit on the porch
Mm.
or go sit out on our little rocking chairs, and the kids would clean the kitchen, and we would make the announcement, do not interrupt us, dad and I are going to have 30 minutes of uninterrupted conversation. And we would go outside and we would
I
sit.
think we said unless they're bleeding.
Yeah, unless there that we yeah, unless there's blood, we don't want to hear about it. You know, all squabbles have to be managed amongst yourself, because I don't know about you, but kitchen cleanup time is the time for squabbles. It can be a little, dicey sometimes. But we purposely took that time where the kids could see us, but they couldn't make draws on our time. And
Yeah.
occasionally there would be the knocks on the window frantically, and we're like, nope, 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 I don't see blood, we are not responding to that.
I don't see
But that is, it's carving of daily time, and that we would try to do every night,
Yeah.
just because it's important to have conversation, to have those times that it can be the, hey, what do you think about this idea,
Yeah.
or this happened today, and I just want to share that with you. And
Hmm.
so it's an easy way to keep that place of intimacy without it costing a
Yeah.
cent. But it does require you to intentionally teach your children that, hey, this time is sacred and it belongs to us, not you guys.
It's an important message, and I think that's what this is really all about. And really the heart of this question is we have a lot of kids and we're not rich
Yeah.
and we need time together. Like, how do you do it? And so I think it's sending a message, like you said, and
Yeah.
it's not a bad message.
No.
In fact, I think the kids, you know, now more than ever, the kids are looking for that security,
Yeah.
because marriages have not lasted, and they all have friends who have gone through, some horrific things,
Yeah.
and so deep down in their core, they feel insecure, and so when they see you go off and do things and,
Yeah.
and say you can't bother us, this is our time,
Yeah.
it actually does something to their psyche, does something to them, in their brain chemistry, that brings actual security to them,
Yeah.
and so you're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
So don't feel like even if they're knocking at the window and you're not listening.
Yeah. Guess what?
Mm.
It's almost porch season. Like, it is porch season.
Mhm.
That's fun. Porch date nights. Here we come.
There we go. There we go. Okay, this is a super practical answer,
Okay.
but I think it's kind of fun sometimes when you save. And so I'm just saying there's ways that you can carve out date night and spend some money, but do it in a practical way.
Yeah.
Meaning, you put your coins in a jar,
Which we have one of those.
you get points for different things. We use our credit card points, and so there is a way to, as long as you're using it responsibly,
Yeah.
credit card companies know that they can suck you in, and that you'll end up spending more. But if you can pay it off, you put things on a card to get points, then you pay it off immediately that month. You accumulate points, and that's for hotels and dinners and
Yeah.
vacations and different things that way that
Mhm.
add up. And so we use those quite
Yeah, we
frequently.
do.
In fact, we haven't really paid for a plane ticket in quite a while, actually,
Yeah, no,
because
or random hotel rooms that we need, because that's.
but it's fun when we
Mhm.
when you say that, and it's even fun sometimes when we go on a date and say, this is actually free, it
Yeah.
didn't cost us anything, and you feel like you've kind of earned it if you're
Yeah.
working together or
Yeah.
setting a little bit of money aside every week for date night. So whatever, you just take your loose change and you put it in a jar and you say that's what we're going to use
Yeah.
when we need it to go out on a date.
Yeah.
And so not everything has to be free,
Yeah.
but it can be intentional, and you can it's kind of fun to prioritize
Yeah.
it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to put this money aside.
Yeah. And for us, we've had grandmas and grandpas
Mhm.
close by that have just willingly taken our kids for us when we needed just to get away for a night.
Yeah.
Huge blessing. And if you have grandparents,
Mhm.
use them.
Yes. Yes.
They want your babies just as much as you want to get
It's true.
away. We know this now for a fact because now we are the grandma and grandpa.
Yes. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. It's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
And so that's just a beautiful thing. And if you find yourself where your grandparents are farther away, or you can still plan ahead and say, hey, would you be willing to come at such and such a time? And they most likely will be. If that's not the case, do a trade-off with another family in your church where you say, hey, if we do 1 weekend a year getaways and we trade and take each other's kids, would you be willing to do that with us? Find people that are willing to work with you on those kind of things. It would be fun for your kids if they're
Yes.
with their friends, and really fun for you as well. So
And 3 times a year, we go to the Wilderness Fellowship and we do our marriage course
yes,
there. And so it's a marriage retreat weekend,
yes,
which is super life giving.
yeah,
We could give testimonies of breakthrough that's taken place there. It's a great place to just disconnect,
yeah. It's
find each
beautiful.
other. It's
It's
beautifully
beautiful.
paced. You have time with each other. It's not just session after
Yeah,
session. But Amy and I are there teaching it,
yeah,
and would love to sow into you as well. And
yeah,
so just prioritize these things. It's kind of on a free will offering basis. And so
yeah,
if you are financially strapped, I know that Randy, who runs this, his heart is just to get people there,
yeah,
to be fed. And so
yeah.
he
Absolutely.
always says, don't let money be the reason you don't come.
Yeah,
And so if that's something that you're interested in, you can go to our website.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
gofam.org,
Mhm.
and look that up and sign up. It fills in pretty quick, and so
We're
just plan ahead and
we're there. The months we're usually there: April, October, and January.
mhm.
And so, anyway, our next one's actually in a week and a half from when we're recording this. I think this
Yes,
podcast actually comes out pretty close to our record date. So
right.
there is one coming up shortly if you're hearing this right away.
And in conclusion, I think, unless you have more on your
No, I
list,
don't.
in conclusion, I think that we, some things are worth investing in. And so even though this is about, we talked about being strapped financially, and I totally respect that. At the same token, some things are worth investing in.
Hmm.
And so when we see the importance of spending time with each other,
Hmm.
it's okay to put your money there too, and
Yeah.
just say, this is what we're going to invest in. We're
Yeah.
going to get a hotel. We're going to get away for a weekend,
Yeah.
and we're going to just enjoy one another. And that has eternal consequences,
Yeah.
in a positive way, and for your children. And so, we always decide what we are going to invest in.
Yeah.
Every
We do.
every couple does.
Yeah.
And so you can say, well, this should maybe rise a little bit higher on that
Yeah.
list,
That's good, honey.
and prioritize those things. And so, we put our money into a lot of different things. And so it might be a couple less golf rounds,
Yeah.
but it's worth it to spend time with your wife. And so those are some things to think about that way too.
Yeah. I like it. Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to pray.
Okay.
Father, we are so grateful for our spouses and for marriage and for loving us. And Lord, we just thank you for these opportunities to connect. Lord, you
Yeah.
you are a God who's all about connection, and you created us to desire one another, to love one another, and to value one another. That's the way we're wired.
Mhm.
And so, Lord, I thank you for my spouse. I thank you for the husbands and wives represented and listening to this podcast. And
Mhm.
Lord, I just pray for creativity, for priority, for the move of the Spirit to just spend time with each other, enjoy one another, remember why you're married in the
Yeah.
first place. Just time to disconnect from the rest of the world and even children, and just find each other's gaze.
Yeah.
And so, Lord, I just ask for those divine opportunities in all of these homes and families. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
If you would like to submit a question for Johnny and Amy to answer on a future episode, head over to the Famology page on our website at gofam.org, or simply click the link in the caption below. And if you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a review or a comment wherever you listen or watch. It really helps us out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.